Welcome everybody to Late Nights and Party Chat podcast. We're recording a little early today. Generally, we record probably about 8, 9 o'clock at night. Now we're recording at about noon because we're dumb and we have very bad time management skills. So, yeah, welcome
That
in.
is
This
not
week,
at all what happened.
I feel like you're including us in a situation that doesn't necessarily apply.
Let's break down what actually happened. I was not here on Sunday.
Let me finish. God, let me finish my intro. Joining me this week, as
So
always, is I swear to God. You know what? Fuck it. Justice and John. There you go. Have it. There.
Hi guys.
Hey, what's up? What's good?
Hope everyone's having a wonderful day today.
Scraw!
I hate both of you. But no, so this week I figured we could talk about YouTube nostalgia.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Before we get into that, I just want to ask you guys, how have you been doing lately?
Ooh.
Sleepy.
Let's maybe skip past that one.
I don't mean the last 2 hours, John. I mean overall in your life.
Did I stutter?
That's a fair point, man. I'm gonna be honest.
He's just sleepy all the time.
All the time. It's never enough.
My
No, I feel like I'm doing okay. I'm trying to make some bigger changes in my life, and it's been a bit stressful, but it's, that's usually how some big changes like that tend to go.
I agree. We've made some pretty big changes this week.
What's a big change that you've made, Justin?
Well, I cut off a toxic friend that I had that hasn't made no personal development in the last 8 years. So, that's fun.
Sometimes you got to make that. You got to make that decision.
Well, I mean, we all shared that experience because he was in our friend group. So, it's not just me.
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I was just kind of on the sidelines, but yeah.
No, John.
I was setting up a D&D game.
John was at the forefront of this. He's the reason we're not friends anymore.
Yeah. But no, besides that, personal family drama, I'm making some changes about how I handle that, how I go about dealing with that. I've been at my new job for a month now. So
a month?
It's been a month.
That went by fast.
Just yesterday you were trying to sell me a $600 table.
Right.
Time flies.
Time flies. But no, it was a month on the 10th. So I've been there a month.
Okay.
But yeah, so besides that, everything's going good. Danny and I are doing okay, even though she's kind of a goblin.
Sometimes that's usually how people act. Goblin-esque.
She sent me a TikTok the other day, and it was like, how would you describe your girlfriend? And it was like a slider, and on one end was Hello Kitty, and on the other end was a fucking eldritch abomination. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere right smack dab in the middle. Yeah.
No, it's a slider. It goes both ways. Some days she is Hello Kitty, some days she's kind of in the middle, some days she is Eldritch Abomination.
It's a Tuesday? Ah, man, well, you see.
A time to summon spirits beyond my comprehension.
Dude, it's Wednesday. I better put on my ring of magic resistance shit. I'm about to get cursed.
Magic resistance. When I got home from work this morning, I booted up Baldur's Gate, and I feel like I'm starting to have a problem where I want to play these games. I want to platinum these games. But I keep jumping around between games.
Yeah. That is a common habit.
Justice and I were playing Wonderlands last night, and we were both struggling.
Well, I think the issue we ran into there is we tried to hop full force back into a game we haven't played in like forever.
a year. Yeah. No, I agree. But well, I feel like let's hop right into this YouTube nostalgia. What's some nostalgia from YouTube that you guys think about?
So you literally brought this topic up, and the very first thing that came to my mind is I used to binge watch. I remember one of the first videos I ever saw from Smosh back in their original heyday was
Back when it was just Ian and Anthony?
yeah, their food fight Olympics.
Yeah, the food battle.
Food battle. I was just like,
And Ian always used frosted sprinkled pink sprinkled donut or something. It was frosted sprinkled donut or something like that.
Pink frosted sprinkled donut.
Pink frosted sprinkled donut. That's what Ian always used. And Anthony used something different every year. And they I remember the one where like they were on the roof and like they were fucking like they were like fighting on this roof and then like Ian died or something and then to come to find out Anthony died and come to find out he was hanging off the side of a building using a piece of chewed gum because that's what he picked for his food that year.
Gum is fucking. You don't underestimate the ability of sticky gum, dude.
that's why I
Sticks
always,
on your shoes, gets in all the cracks and crevices, and you never get that shit out.
that's why I always
Honestly.
swallowed my chewed gum when I was a kid. I was hoping I would absorb some of its properties.
Oh my god, I
Listen,
know.
you were not going to turn
No.
into Luffy from One Piece.
It's not gum, it's chewed gum.
Do you? This is common knowledge, but do you know how long gum stays in your system if you swallow it?
Isn't it like years?
It can stay in your system up to 7 years.
Did
Yeah.
I stutter?
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I
I understand, Batman.
a big one for me was like, you remember those really shittily edited lyric videos? Like you would go and boot up YouTube and look up your favorite song, and it was
I know
just
what he's talking about.
it's just super shitty font. It was hella pixelated, and it was just like they had really shitty JPEG images of the band that would like kind of fly across the screen every once in a while.
Oh, was it even that? I feel like a lot of them that I saw, maybe this is just because of the circle I ran in, was shitty anime music video lyric videos.
Oh my god, the anime ones
You
where it was like
have-
the song in the super high pitched voice.
It's like Monster by Skillet, but it's set to Yu Yu Hakusho, and he's like going psycho, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
Yep.
oh god.
No, I totally get
yeah,
that.
I remember
So
those.
I'll say this. This is a bit of an embarrassing one for me. When I was younger, we'd go to the local library, which they had computers for use. And they
Yeah,
also had headphones. So we'd put the headphones on and we'd play games like Roblox or, stuff on Y8. And one of the ones what I would do is I wanted to listen to music. But I simply refused to listen to music unless it was played over the top of Sonic the Hedgehog clips. So I would type in the name of any song I wanted to hear and then the word Sonic and find a video that went along with it.
oh my
I-
god.
Yep. And that's how I operated.
Man, you were really the start of the YouTube play or the TikTok playing a TV show above fucking Subway surfers.
I really was. But I mean, it'd be in the background, so I'd be listening to music and stuff at the same time as I'm playing my game. But if I knew Sonic wasn't there, I wasn't listening.
See, now I'm just getting images of my head of like, is it Airplanes by like B.O.B.? Is that it?
Yeah, it was like Haley Williams, B.O.B. or it was B.O.B. in the first one, and then it was Haley Williams, B.O.B. and Eminem in the second one.
I'm just getting images of like that song set to like Sonic '06 with oh god. Oh god. Okay, that's nightmare fuel. I need to get off this topic.
I have some really good news real quick. I have some really good news real quick, and I don't think anyone else cares but us. But
Not true, but share.
Danny just got into the school she wanted to get into.
Hey,
That is good news. That is great
She
news.
she's starting in May, and it's a 4-month program, and she'll be done by August, and then she'll be an esthetician.
and then you're moving to Norfolk in
Oh,
with
is it
me,
September? Oh, it's
No,
September,
no.
not August.
No, John, you have to move up here. We've discussed this.
Yeah, John, you've got to move up here.
Right? Look, I know I'm just one person, and it's easier for me to do that, but it'd be so much more convenient if you three just came down here.
I gotta
Up
be
here.
honest. No.
No, I'm sorry, I refuse.
Does it aid you? No.
I dislike too many people in Norfolk.
I don't dislike Norfolk. There's more available for me here.
Right.
I get that.
So when I move to Japan, you guys are moving there with me, right?
Dog.
Bro.
Yeah.
John's like, my ticket's already booked, man. I'm just waiting to go.
Bro,
I've been
I thought
saving
you
for you
never
years.
ask. Like,
But here's a flashback. Here's a good one. This is what I used to watch on YouTube back in the day. I used to watch Original Fred.
I
Ugh.
hated Fred
Ugh.
with a
I watched a lot
passion.
of Fred. I watched a lot of Fred.
I was just, I don't know.
I liked it.
I don't know if Fred came out like, because there's like a 3 year gap between us in age, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're what,
if that
28 now?
Yeah, old. I know.
So there. Well, yeah, I turned
Old man.
26 this year. I turned 26 this year, so yeah, 2 years.
So I don't know if that 2-3 year gap is enough to create a generational gap, but like Fred was one of the first things, like, is one of the few things that like I saw it
Yeah.
and was immediately filled with a violent anger of 1,000 suns.
Oh my god.
Like, it was one of those things where like my response was, anybody who watches this is a fucking moron. Like,
Fun fact for you guys, if you didn't know, he was born and raised in Columbus.
I did know that.
Yeah.
So I have a fun fact for you. I went to work with a guy who pissed on his sister's floor.
Oh my god. What?
Like,
Yeah. So I'm friends with this. I'm friends with the guy who I will not name, but he traveled a lot. He made a lot of friends, and unfortunately, he drank a lot. Well, he ended up going to a party at their house, getting very intoxicated, and ended up pissing on his sister's floor.
Oh my god. So, I've got another fun little thing. My buddy, when he lived in Lincoln, he used to work at Walmart, and he was working his shift one day, and Lucas came in, and he got a picture with Lucas, cause like me and him both kind of like, we used to watch old Fred videos when we were in high school. And when he saw Lucas, he like went up and like asked if it was okay to take a picture, and he sent it to me. He was like, "You'll never guess who I just met at work today." So like, it's crazy to think that someone who's become such a big phenomenon, especially like in early YouTube days, was like an hour away from us.
It's, and that's something people they know but they don't know, is it really is a small world.
It really is.
See,
Like it's a big world, but it's a small world.
I get kind of hype whenever people just reference our state, because I've heard of too many interactions where like Nebraska is to the outside world a state that doesn't know what electricity is.
Oh my god, there's so many. Like, I saw a TikTok the other day, and it was talking about like foods from different states, and the dude was like, "What do you guys do in Nebraska?"
Corn.
Corn. Or like there was another TikTok I saw and it was like the per capita like living area in Nebraska is all centered like to the west of Nebraska, so like towards Omaha, all those towns on the west side of Omaha and closer to Iowa or not Omaha,
Okay.
Nebraska. Like all the towns on the western side of Nebraska, like towards Iowa.
Um,
The farther you get to the Panhandle and the farther you get to Colorado, it's very spread out, few and far between.
do you know what side of the state Omaha is on?
If you're looking at a map, the western side or the eastern side, Jesus Christ,
There you
my
go.
directions are
There you
bad.
go.
Eastern side, eastern side.
I'm hearing this, and I'm
Eastern
like,
side.
oh, the western side. Oh, okay, so they're trapping all of our prisoners out in like the dirt,
The
dust
Panhandle.
hills and the Panhandle, and then you're like, yeah, no, in Omaha, and I'm like, what?
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
Hold up. You short circuited me for a sec.
Here's another one. Annoying Orange. That one was an oldie.
You
Why
have grossed me out with the mention
Are
of that
you
name.
such? Why do you have such bad takes?
Does this not surprise you?
I so justice.
Oh my god.
No, Annoying Orange
I got
was
one.
one of them where like I feel like I did watch it a little bit and I could actually handle it compared to Fred.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like it's literally just because Annoying Orange came across to me more as a skit, whereas I in my head like I took Fred as
Extremely
here's this
face
dude
value.
who is like our age looking for an excuse to
act like a child.
he's 5, and I'm like, I'm not here for it.
Well, I mean, the first video, if you like, when I was watching him, I would go back and like watch the first video. He looked like he was about 12.
He
So
was
he started
younger.
it when he was pretty
He
young.
was younger.
Shoot, now you got me wondering if I go try to find Fred, does he still show up?
There might be someone who like cataloged the older videos, but I know that he sold Fred to like some, I think it was like Indonesian company or something. It was some foreign company, and they completely rebranded Fred with like, it was supposed to be like an educational show with like these two kids.
Oh, it's actually, there's something. Hold on. Oh god. Oh god, I hope that doesn't end up in the recording. That's gonna be.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Well, I clicked on the channel because I'm wondering if this is actually it, and then it started playing. You know, they have like those channel trailer deals.
Yeah.
So there might be about a 2-second phase where it's him saying, "Hey there, it's Fred."
Oh
but
my
in
god.
his
All right.
voice.
Because
Well,
Fred.
anyone listening to this is going to hear, "Hey, it's Fred," and immediately
It's
get triggered.
And it is him, and it says that he started the channel when he was 13 years old. Also, on a side
13.
note, going to YouTube, we've been talking about these really like bad anime lyric videos,
Oh my god. Okay.
and one literally popped up.
Oh man.
Because he still listens to him.
Shut up.
You know one that was really big for me in high school?
What's that?
Filthy Frank.
I have no idea
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
You don't
I
know
hope
Filthy
you're
Frank?
joking. I hope you're joking.
Straight up, back to
Oh my
YouTube right
god.
John!
now. Hold
John,
on,
you
let
need
me-
to go binge watch.
No!
Let me look it up. Filthy.
The pink guy?
Pink guy. Oh my god, Pink guy.
Oh, him.
Menace to society.
Yes!
I have
him!
literally never watched this guy outside
Oh
of
my
him
God.
showing up as a TikTok clip. in
I don't know
other
if we can be
people's
friends
videos.
anymore.
You've never watched peak Joji content?
Oh my
What is
god.
Joji?
Oh my.
That's his name.
His name is the music artist Joji. He's released a bunch of music that's been all over TikTok. He started as Filthy Frank. His whole career started when he was just doing stupid ass YouTube videos.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
so disappointed.
He's an
Straight up New
international
Brand.
sensation.
That being said, I'm looking at a YouTube short that popped up that
Yeah.
says it's titled "Joji brings out Filthy Frank live."
Yeah.
You have broke my heart.
Or here's another one. How to Basic. You guys
Of
remember How
course.
to
Oh,
Basic?
How to
Of
Basic. I
course.
still watch How to Basic.
I love How to Basic. It's so
Sometimes when I
fucking
just
I'm
need
gonna
a
be
good
chaotic.
honest.
life, I go to his ramen video. Good life. Sometimes when I need a good laugh, I go to his ramen video.
No, I think the first statement still applies.
When I need a good life. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I think he fucking cracked it, like really early. Emphasis on cracked. Haha, funny joke. Like the dude just takes random things and throws eggs at him. You don't know what he looks like. You don't know what he sounds like. Dude figured it out really early on.
I think we know what he looks like because he did some. I'm pretty sure he did some videos with Joji.
He did, but I don't think he actually showed his face.
Well, no, because I
No.
remember a How to Basic video that was like How to Basic. It's like how to make a Krabby Patty or something, and
He made
threw
Max
a whole
Mofo
bunch
eat
of
it.
like a bunch of BS together as How to Basic does, and somebody responded to the YouTube video on Twitter, basically saying I could eat that, and I think
Oh my
then they
God.
did a video together.
Well, I know
Yeah,
he also,
that's Max Mofo. He made Max Mofo eat the damn thing, and then Max threw up all over it.
I know that he also did. Joji did videos with iDubbbz for a little while.
That too. Well, actually, the three of them collaborated quite often. Filthy
Yeah.
Frank, Max Mofo, and iDubbbz. They did a lot of stuff like Deadly Twister, the Hair Cakes, the Gentleman's Club. Like they had a lot of very funny videos together. Now looking back on them now, a lot of them are pretty gross, but
Like
See,
they were funny.
I used to watch a lot of Leafy Is Here when he was still relevant.
who?
You guys ever
Yeah,
see?
I'm aware of the name, not a fan.
Or like when Leafy started getting super problematic, I watched the content cop of Leafy from iDubbbz, and that's how I got into iDubbbz.
That was the thing too. Is he put out like, so he was essentially like a Charlie at the time. If iDubbbz made a content copy you know you were probably in the wrong. He spoke some very real shit.
Oh, you
And
were
just like
boned.
now, if Charlie makes a video of pretty much anybody, you're an idiot. You're boned.
See, I feel like I need to put out a personal apology to Charlie, to Moist Critical, because there are a few times I'll see stuff and mix him up with Asmongold, and then I just feel like an asshole because Asmongold is not.
I feel like that's a common thing. They do look semi-similar if you're not like really looking at them or really paying
Yeah, I
attention.
don't know who the other guy you're talking about is.
Good.
So.
He's a streamer.
Keep it that
He
way.
looks relatively similar to how Charlie looks. Now, if you actually like stopped and like looked at it, you'd be like, "Oh no, that's a different person." But you know, if you just kind of glance at it, it's definitely easy to mix them up.
Oh no, I know that guy. Yeah, I know that guy. I've seen him on TikTok.
So kind of,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
well, I was gonna jump back, but if you had a continuation, I was gonna let you do it.
No, I was just gonna bring up Minecraft covers.
I wanna actually jump even further onto that. Fucking Minecraft as a whole, Minecraft like annihilated YouTube when it first really became a thing.
Oh yeah, you had like Captain Sparkles. You had I think Dan
Yes, that's
TDM did some
Sunday,
for a while. You had Sunday.
Dan. And then most of them became horrible people.
I can't
Except
remember
Captain
who
Sparkles.
it was I watched, and now I want to go find them. But he was one of those YouTubers where he did like a seasonal hardcore world, and each video was a build he would go do, and you voted at the end of the video for what the next one was gonna be. And I I know that's like most of them or a good chunk of them now, but
Yeah.
I really wish I could remember this dude's name. I have to go see if I'm still subscribed to him or if I.
That might be Lagundo. That sounds really familiar to something
It
he
might.
does.
Well, I know Philza used to do something along those lines. He had that one
I'm
really long
unfamiliar with
hardcore
that
world.
name.
Philza, he had like he was big for he had a lot of stuff happen. He had like a hardcore world that he had for like 8 years that he died because of like something stupid in another, and it was very fucking viral. Like his whole channel was essentially built off of that hardcore world, and he lost it because of a mistake in the nether.
Right, something out of his control.
But
Yeah.
also, isn't that just kind of the way it is with
Minecraft,
hardcore?
yeah. Yeah.
It's upsetting and it's so sad, but like
You know, I don't even know how these guys are able to fucking do the hardcore stuff. Like, I die so easily in that game.
Oh yeah. Let me go look at my YouTube.
I'll tell you what, I got one that I'd be surprised if either of you do recognize. I watched a channel a lot called Balloon Shop, and all they did was skits, and their skits were really funny to me. They were wholesome, they were family friendly, but they were still really funny. And they ended up disbanding not long after they became a thing, but they were relatively smaller, but super funny. Balloon Shop, man. Balloon Shop. Very funny.
this looks familiar.
They have one called Hot Pepper. That's a good one.
Yo,
He
I
has
think
one-
I have watched these guys before.
Possibly.
I don't know who they are. I've never heard that name before.
Because I'm looking
I like
at the I'm enjoying a treat, Derek. Looks familiar.
Yep.
You know, one
And I think
that
this was probably during the period of time where I watched almost consistently like Tomska. I watched
Tomska, yeah.
there's this British guy who I don't know if it's him, how many people there are with it, but he did the hot Kool-Aid video. Did you guys ever see that?
No.
Ew. Hot Kool-Aid.
Yo, you say that, but actually like drinking hot Kool-Aid?
Ew.
That just sounds bad. Like the best way to enjoy Kool-Aid is in a glass of ice.
The best way to enjoy Kool-Aid is by
Kool-Aid
snorting the powder.
Is getting an N at what?
Why do you go on these tangents about snorting things? Do you have a problem? Do we need to enroll you in rehab?
I will.
I'm gonna
I will
be
get
honest.
the Febreze. I swear to God.
I'm gonna be honest. I went to what is it? I went to like a speech camp one time with some friends for like a school function.
You were that
And
kid.
we had hey, be quiet. Let me finish my story before you pick on me, all right? So I went to this speech camp, and we had to stay in a hotel one night, and obviously the boys and the girls were separated. Well, we ended up getting like a whole fucking pizza. I think we actually had like two. We had like two whole pizzas and then a bunch of candy. Well, I did essentially 2 full lines of red pixie sticks, and then I got smacked in the face by a pepperoni pizza. And you know, I'm never gonna forget that night, because the very next day my nose was like blood red running, but it wasn't blood.
So
I think
Yeah,
you have a
follow
problem.
that up.
how old were you when this happened?
I would say like 15, 16.
Okay, follow up question: who was the one that hit you with a pizza?
Friend from school.
Same age as you,
Think he was a year younger.
a year younger.
I
Okay,
think you have a problem.
I was more concerned that depending on the age of the person that smacked you with the pizza, you may have been involved in
Crime.
Well,
You
I was
were-
going to say sexual misconduct, but
No, it was definitely willing. It was definitely willing. I'm like, dude, slap me in the face with that pizza. He's like, why? I'm like, it'd be
Dude.
funny.
dude in the white van pulls up, hey, I got 2 pixie sticks. If I could pixie sticks.
Snicks.
I quit.
Pixie
I'm
snicks.
done. Hollow purple. I'm done.
Here's one I used to watch that's really problematic nowadays. I used to watch a lot of PewDiePie was problematic the one time.
That's true. He's always been really solid.
But that one time was like a lot.
I mean, you throw out a racial slur and that just kind of ends your whole career, man.
It's true.
It seemed like he bounced back pretty well.
I think it was hard for him not to, because I mean,
yeah.
He did immediately acknowledge what he did. B, he was like fully accepting of all the decisions that the companies that he was paired with made. He didn't try to like argue or claim what he did wasn't wrong. He was just like, yeah, I did it. I understand.
And I feel like that is the big thing, is that like you see a lot of people when they fuck up now, they try to backpedal and like write shitty ukulele apology songs.
Oh my god. So like I'm glad you brought that up, because I used to watch a lot of Onision videos.
Who?
Like,
I'm not familiar with that name.
You don't know Onision? Then you don't know.
Like I've heard the name, but I don't know who he is.
God, Onision's fucking diabolical.
With a name like that, I wouldn't be surprised.
So he was one of those YouTubers that like started out on like, he was Smosh days, like early Smosh days. That like
early on
YouTube. Like early Shane Dawson, stuff like that. And he made a lot of skit videos, he made a lot of funny videos, and the I'm a banana, look at me move. Have you ever heard that sound?
No.
Nope.
No?
Not
okay,
a
you guys
time in my life.
You guys are uncultured.
I think he's making stuff up, John.
I'm not.
Is it uncultured, or are we just doing better things with our lives?
At this point now, yes, you are doing better things with your life, because he ended up grooming like fucking 7 people.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that, like, anymore, most of the YouTubers you liked as a kid are horrible people.
Mini lad.
So
yeah,
he was very obsessed with like the YouTube fame. So he had like 7 channels that all essentially did the same thing. And he had he did a video once talking about all the YouTube play buttons he had. He had probably about 4 or 5 from each channel.
See, that it used to irritate me when people had multiple. Okay, good. You guys are still there. The bar got eerily silent.
We're letting you talk, bro.
It used to.
No, we don't like you anymore.
When I don't blame you.
Damn.
But like when I saw like this channel who was doing really good, and now suddenly they had a second channel, and I was like, why do you need a second channel? The first one's doing well. And now that I'm older and I understand, but it still like irritates me when I see it in situations where here's the second channel that is literally the same thing.
Right.
Whereas I have a Pokemon YouTuber I watch who, if he does like a playthrough challenge or something like that, he has a channel specifically for gameplay stuff like that. His main channel is for like if he does theory crafting, or he does like a meme review, because he has a subreddit that people post a bunch of like Pokemon themed memes to, or things like that. And
that's like the overwhelming amount of channels that started doing like Reddit stories that all would do the same shit. Or like Reddit meme pages that would do this. It was the same shit. You could watch 3 different videos that essentially had the same memes.
The amount of times I've opened TikTok to podcasters or channels that are telling, or it's that like text to speech of my family tried to take my inheritance. Wait until you see the revenge that I got, and it was
right. Or like there have been a couple that I've seen that 100% are like meme posts. But like one that kind of sticks out to me because I saw it the most was like the whole am I a bad person for sleeping with my son and his friend?
What
And
the fuck?
she was like, I took my son and his friend to soccer practice and they won their really big game. And they're talking about a bunch of soccer terms and they're using like football terminology and like it's obviously fake. But they're like they won the big game in the last second and I told them that they could have any reward that they wanted to. And from the way it made the story makes it sound is this lady is like these this lady is obviously a mom and these kids are like fucking 10,
Oh, God.
like just going through puberty type shit. And they both asked to touch my boobs. So I took them back to my van and I let them touch my boobs and then one of them, was erect and and then we just had sex and I was like, "What?" And I like looked up the actual post on Reddit and that's exactly how it was written, but it's a just meme thing and there were so many pages on TikTok that were like doing that story and like just it's gross. It's fucking gross.
I can't.
Damn.
So llamas with hats.
So llamas with hats.
Y'all ever get so hungry that you have to eat hands?
Not just any hands, baby hands.
No. The baby hands were for
Oh, that kills people.
Yeah, that's one I'll still go back to sometimes. But the problem is you can't watch it after like 5 or 6 because it just gets.
I had a craving that only hands could satisfy.
My stomach was making the rumblies.
I'm actually. I don't think I ever watched that one.
You never what? Oh, see, now you're the one that's lacking culture because llamas with hats is like definitive of my humor.
I was
Well, you're
good.
just
This genuinely surprises me. I will find and send you the compilation once we're done here.
And how it devolves into fucking chaos because he made a fucking meat monster that took over the world.
Yo, the meat dragon was literally the last good episode. After that, like, the other llama left, and so it was him trying to find replacements for that llama. Like, he just gets a
And then the
sheep
llama
and puts
died.
a mask, and I can't get behind him after like episode 5 or 6.
Nah, see, it's just the downfall of Carl. And he's some immortal eldritch being that never dies.
All right, well now I have a new D&D god.
Carl.
Can't wait to start that game. God.
And he just sporadically shows up in your world with a pile of baby hands.
Wouldn't you if you could?
Valid.
They were specifically orphan baby hands too.
Oh, orphan baby hands. God. Or like what is it? ASDF, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the real one right there.
That was the real one.
That was truly the one that like actually formed
you
my
as
humor.
as a
Like,
That's my boy. Father, help! Oh no, my boy!
Father, help!
What is it?
The one I reference or I see referenced a lot, and that like Sam and I reference a lot is, well, I want to go to the moon. Why wait? And then he just drop kicks the child into the heavens.
I baked you a pie. Oh boy, what flavor? Pie.
Flavor.
What is it? What's the moon? What is the moon bear's name?
Desmond the moon bear.
Desmond the moon bear. How did I get here? And then like 2 episodes later, it's Desmond the moon bear, and it's just his fucking skeleton.
He's dead.
One of them that I feel like, okay, so this, like, it's after the, yeah. Um,
Okay.
one of the
try again.
bits in that show, in the, like, the shorts that they did, I don't think got picked up on, is there is one of the episodes where one of the beginning bits is a piano gets dropped and it just like falls off like a cliff or a building or something, and then it cuts away. They go through like 3 or 4 more bits, and then another bit ends with somebody getting smashed by the same piano that dropped at the beginning of the video.
Oh my god.
And that is the funniest shit to me, and I don't think like hardly anybody like picks up on that. Like at least anybody that like when I would watch them with them, you know.
Did you guys know that Markiplier was in one of those?
I feel like I
Yeah, no, there was a couple times where his voice sounded very familiar, or the voices sounded very familiar.
Because I know Mark was in one of them for a few of the skits. What else? What else? What else?
Yeah, we literally
Oh,
said Markiplier.
Oh my god, Markiplier. Just Markiplier as a whole.
I never watched him because I'll be honest, I used to kind of hate on him for no reason. And then I actually watched some of his stuff, and I was like, "Yo, this is kind of decent."
So there,
Like,
you guys know Durston, my friend Patrick, that he's hung out in the party a couple times.
I know of him,
Yes.
yes.
I remember when we were in school, he was showing us PewDiePie for the first time. This was like 7th or 8th grade, and it was literally like the Amnesia video that PewDiePie did, where he was sitting in that dark ass room,
Dude,
like
that
when he
blew him up.
first. Well, that's like when he first started doing YouTube. I remember Patrick showing us that video.
Amnesia was definitely PewDiePie's like big jump off point. You know, every
It was with
creator
Mark,
that gets
too.
popular has like one game that really, you know, blows them out of the water.
With Jacksepticeye, it was Happy Wheels.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Mark, I think what really, like, I watched Mark up until this point, but I think what really blew Mark up was when he was playing like Try to Get Over It or something, or Getting Over It.
Yeah, getting over it. That was a good one.
Is that the climbing game?
But
That
Yeah,
is the one with the hammer and the dude in the pot.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, ones
Um,
that I watched, we were talking about groups for a little bit, though. I watched a lot of the Creatures, and then eventually when they turned into Cow Chop. I don't know if you guys watched them or not.
no,
They were
no
another
clue.
gaming group, and they were definitely a bit more adult than, like, a lot of the other gaming groups at the time. But they did, you know, the same thing. They did, like, Minecraft. They did a bunch of those other games together, and I liked them. Mostly because they were a little more mature. But they eventually
watched
disbanded
the-
and then formed into Cow Chop.
I've heard Cow Chop. I don't think I've ever watched them, but I've heard of the name.
I like them. They're funny.
I used to watch a lot of Vanoss.
Yep. Yep.
I have gone back to Vanoss a couple times.
Fuck, you know, like Speedy in the group too.
Who?
Like Speedy, he was he played with Vanoss a couple of
Oh,
times.
he did. Yep. Okay. Okay. I'm back.
Well, Speedy was their own group, and then
Yeah.
the groups kind of merged for a few episodes just to do some fun stuff. But there was Vanoss's crew and then Speedy's crew, and man, they were both really good.
Speaking of Vanoss and that, to wrap up our video, I watched recently a essentially like downfall of Mini Lad video. Oh my god.
I feel like I know the video
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Like, he's still trying to grasp at relevancy. Like, he made a channel I think 2 years ago that essentially just promoted toxic positivity. And people would get onto his channel and comment on his videos, "Oh, so you're just going to disregard everything you did as Mini Lad?" And when he would do like Twitch streams, people would come in and comment on it, and like he would just disregard people when they brought it up, which, like, valid, but also at the same time it's like you never really apologized for what you did.
See, I feel like that one actually hurt me because I used to watch so much of Mini Lad, and like to the point where like somebody for one of my birthdays got me, like, you know, they have like the U2s, like the little figures or whatever, got me a Mini Lad figure. And then
you burned it
like
when
a year later,
you found out he was
all of
grooming
this
children.
shit came out, and we went into like a bonfire, and I threw it in because I was like, "Fuck this shit! You don't get my support." Which I know is not how it works, but also, I don't care.
Fuck, you don't get support.
Well, like, okay, so a lot of people don't know stuff. Like, okay, so you hear a YouTuber's bad, and then you hear a bunch of people say the YouTuber's bad. And some people will go, oh, okay, that guy's bad. I guess I don't like him anymore. Other people, you know, they actually look into it and they do the research to find out why the person's bad. So, like, a lot of people don't know. You take, like, Sky Does Minecraft. He turned out to be a very, very bad person.
Oh, God, no, yeah, he was a...
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that. And a lot of people hear the name Sky Does Minecraft now and they're like, oh, yeah, I love that guy. I used to watch him a lot when I was a kid. Well, man, if you hear about the shit he's done and the person he became, you're like, oh.
Well, that's the thing, because
Really?
especially like people that were like teenagers when they started doing videos, that grew up and grew out of it and just kind of stopped watching altogether. They just, I can see why people would not know about that. Now,
Right.
if you're like, I still watch Sky Does Minecraft. I don't know if he still does YouTube videos or not, but
He does, just not under Sky Does Minecraft.
that's what, like, if you go and you're like, oh yeah, I know about everything and I still watch him, it's like, how?
Right, and then, you know, I can rationalize, oh, you know, second chances. Maybe he's trying to do better. That's fine. All right, if he actually is trying to do better, sure. But he's not, and you're still
Well,
gonna
that's like
sit there and
Mini
go,
Lad.
yeah, I support him.
Like, Mini Lad still has people that go and watch his content, and it's like, how are you just completely disregarding everything he did and how blown up it got? It's
Okay,
the same
so
with Onision.
I look at
Onision,
that.
like,
Go ahead, go ahead.
Onision started in OnlyFans, and he started a Patreon, and as far as I'm aware, there are still people that subscribe, there are still people that donate, there are still people that watch his videos, there are still people that, you know, try to interact with him, and it's like, how?
I think in some cases it becomes that um, I'm gonna watch your videos not to support you, but to shit on you kind of thing. So you look
No,
at like
like,
that six Erican. I'm saying there are probably some people that support
yeah.
him, but I'm sure there is a good majority that go in there to leave very, you know, crude, hateful comments.
I hope that's all it is. Like,
Well, unfortunately, you know it's not.
I know it's not, but like, it just kind of, it baffles me how people can still do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's impossible to understand people.
But since we're at a good stopping point, I think it's time to wrap this up, folks.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
I don't have any
Go-
wrapping
what-
paper.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I've never really been good at wrapping like gifts and
I
stuff. So
hate both of you with a burning passion.
I don't. Well, you said wrap it up. I can bust down some rhymes. John, can you give me a beat? All right, never
Boots
mind.
and
Wrap it
cats
up.
and boots
It's-
and cats.
Oh my god.
Wait for it.
This
Wait
has
for it.
been-
Cats and boots.
I hate
Oh,
you
shit.
so much. This has been Late Nights in the Party Chat podcast, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I'm Justin. Signing out are also Justice
Hey, y'all have a good night.
and John.
I'm going back to bed, y'all.
Shut up. Good night, guys.
Bitch.